This must be take 25. Hi everybody and welcome back. Today we got the Tesla Model 3, and in this video I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should not buy this car, and after that I'm going to give you some reasons why you might want to consider it. Now this evening we find ourselves in a car park basement of a building in central London, and the main reason is because we're going to check out the infotainment system a little bit later. Make sure to stick around because it's bloody awesome. Oh, and if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Sholly. We post these videos every other day, reviews with a little bit of humor and sarcasm. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get involved in the comment section below. Now, reason number 1 is the quality. It's well known that the quality on Teslas are not that great, panels not lining up properly, gaps between the panels, and you can see that on this model here where the gap in the front is much wider than the gap on the side. Another thing is that this car is supposed to be on par with the BMW 3 Series, the Audi A4, and the quality, especially the interior on those cars, are so much better. Reason number 2 is there are no buttons in this car, and if you want to operate anything, you got to go into this very large infotainment system. Even to operate simple things like opening the glove compartment or adjusting your wing mirrors, and that's not everybody's cup of tea. Reason number 3 is battery and range. Now Tesla will tell you that this car can go, I don't know, 280, 300, even up to 350 or 380 miles, depending on what kind of battery you get. Now the first thing you've got to do is, from any manufacturer, is take off 30% of their figure. Then after that, you have to bear in mind that the range will change depending on what kind of environment it is. In winter, summer, how you drive the car, if you're driving city driving or highway driving. I mean, I have a couple of friends that told me that on a Model 3 that they own, one of them gets about 180 miles during the winter, and the other one told me he can stretch it to 200. Now that's a far cry from the official figures of over 300 miles. Number 4 is reliability. Now if you went to Google and you typed in Google, what are the top 10 most unreliable cars of 2023, I guarantee you that in every single search or every single website that comes up, it will have Tesla somewhere in there, and some of them even as high as number 3 or 4. Now don't get too put off by that, because when it comes to reliability, it's a far cry and a complete different kind of meaning than what it was 10 or 20 years ago. Because today cars are a lot better than they were once upon a time. Which brings me on to why you might want to consider buying this car, and we'll start, as I said earlier, with the amazing infotainment system. And the way I'm going to do this is, I'm going to rest you on the armrest over here. I'll try not to shake the camera too much, and you're facing the infotainment system, and we'll go through it like this. Now, to control anything on the car, you've got to press this car button, and things come up like the mirrors and steering wheel. So if you want to control those, let's say the steering wheel, you press that, and now this button over here, this rolling button on the steering wheel is connected to your steering wheel. And to move it, you've got to go up and down, and if you want to go in or out, you slide it to the right and the left. Simple, right? And the same thing is with the mirrors. So if you press mirrors, and then you use this thing to control where you want the mirrors. You could do other things on the screen, like your heated seats and your heated steering wheel, which will turn off for now because it's actually quite mild in London. And then to control your heating, you have this over here, so you can press that where it goes on. And then you have different settings over here. And if you want it over there, you can control how they come out through the vents by doing this. It's all beautiful, fun and games. You can control the fan speed and do all sorts of things. And if you want to change the temperature, you can simply slide with your finger, or you can go into it, all that kind of stuff. Now, you might think that all that is a little bit of a faff, especially with the mirrors. You know, if you want to open up your glove box, you have to go again into this screen and press this button, and the glove box opens. Now, you can say, like I said earlier, it's a bit of a faff, but to be honest, how often do you actually change where your mirrors are? How often do you change where your steering wheel is? Why do we need separate buttons on the door just for the mirrors, knobs on the steering wheel for the steering wheel? It does make sense somewhat to have everything on an infotainment system, on a screen, on one screen, where you go into the settings, you change it once in 6 months, or once a year, or once every 5 years, or never at all, and you do it from here. So when you actually think about it, Tesla's done a genius job over here. They've reinvented the wheel. They've made this car so much simpler, something that other manufacturers should have done years ago. And not only that, what they've done on this car, on this monitor here, let me just push you back over here and get the height right, sorry. What they've done on this monitor is they've done things like how Apple revolutionized, whatever the word is, the phone. You see, on here you have built-in Spotify. And then if you press this button with the 3 holes and you go to Toy Box, right? Now in this is absolutely amazing what they have here. Yes, a lot of it is gimmicky, but so bloody what? They're actually making this car a little bit exciting. So if you press megaphone, you can actually speak inside the car, and it will be, everything you talk about in the car will be announced outside the car. Listen to this. I hope it'll come through on the camera. Hello there. These are reasons why you should buy the Tesla Model 3. That's unbelievable. That is bloody fantastic. It's fantastic. And then they got something else. Look, you see, I got this Epic Voyage. I can play this kind of music because I pay for this copyright, etc. I can't play radio and all that kind of stuff. So, first of all, the speakers in here are fantastic. So this is the song we're talking about, right? It's a famous song, right? But you know what else I can do? Play current media. And it's actually playing outside the car, the speakers in the front of this bumper underneath it. And it's playing the music. Listen. It's coming from down there. That is amazing. I love that. And these are reasons why you should seriously consider buying this car. Your kids would love it. You will love it. It will bring out the childhood inside you. Let me switch that off. It will bring you back to life. I love these kind of things. And this is how Tesla have revolutionized the car, the infotainment system, like Apple have done to the phone. And then it's got other things like this light show, which I'm not going to demonstrate over here, colorizer emissions. I mean, this is proper childhood behavior. This is farting outside the bloody car. Those same speakers that we saw in the front, yeah? That's where it's coming from. You can put it on the driver's seat, the passenger seat. This is coming from a mic outside the car. I've got to do that at my next traffic lights. Okay, yeah, so it's got that. Then you got fart on demand. You can fart with the indicator. So if you press that on, right, and then you press the indicator, this happens. So you know those vehicles, you know those trucks, yeah, that when they put an indicator on and it says, this truck is turning left. This car bloody farts. Anyway, then it's got other things like, okay, that's the emissions, tracks, you could do different music. There's also something called Sketchpad, which is you can draw things on this board over here if you're really bored. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, and then what else we got? If we go back to Toy Box, you got Mars, which is like the navigator, so basically whenever you drive, that thing moves. Santa, it's Christmas time, you got all sorts of things over there. And then you got Rainbow Road. It's absolutely brilliant. And then the romance thing is also quite nice. They have a nice fireplace that goes. And there's some music that might come on, but I'm going to have to shut it off straight away for copyright purposes. And I can actually feel the heating coming on with this. This makes a little bit of a crackle. It's all lovely jubbly. How the hell do we get out of this? There we go. And then if you click on here again, there's something called Arcade, and there's a whole bunch of games that you can play. I mean, seriously, this game, this car is a computer. It's a little child's computer for adults. Last week, I made a video on the Tesla Model Y. It was the first time in my life I ever drove a Tesla. And I actually called that video in the thumbnail. I called it Breaking My Tesla Virginity. I'll post the link up here. I'll also post the link at the end of this video so you can finish off this one and then watch that one after. And I think I was quite harsh on the Tesla. I mean, it's very similar to this car. It's actually based, it's on the same platform. I couldn't get my head around the whole no button situation. The regenerative braking drove me mad. But you know what? I'm actually starting to warm to this Tesla. To warm to the Tesla concept. To the revolution. It's unbelievable what I just showed you as well. So what I'm going to do is, it's nighttime in London. So it's dark outside, obviously it's nighttime. So I'm going to go home to bed. And I'm going to wake up and I'm going to give another review on this car. I'm going to take it for a test drive tomorrow. I'll also show you the insides and outsides and all that. So stay tuned for part 2. Good morning and welcome back. Right, let's go have a quick walk around the car, check out the boots, the storage spaces and the back seats. To open the door, you simply press this button here, the door opens. We all know what the Tesla looks like. This is the performance model. So it's got absolutely everything you need on this car. We have cameras all over the place. Over there, under the mirror, in between the doors, there are cameras everywhere on this car. Got blacked out windows on this, blacked out alloys on this one. And we have, of course, the frunk, or the trunk, depends what country you're from. There is 88 liters of storage space. Other car manufacturers can learn from this. It would be lovely if other cars did this. And walking down the side, beautiful profile. You open the door simply by pressing in over here. This comes out and the door opens to reveal plenty of space in the back. Now we have fake leather seats. They are sort of comfortable. There's storage bins behind the seats. There's air vents with USB-C sockets. It's actually quite spacious in the back. You get big storage bins in the doors. And the boot is electronically operated. This being the performance model, you get the carbon fiber spoiler. Press the button, the boot opens to reveal a nice 425 liters of storage space. It goes quite deep. It's a little bit of a narrow opening, but that's all right. It can be forgiven because there's plenty of storage, including under the floor. Close it by pressing this button here. Gives a bit of a beep, and the boot or trunk closes. It's fantastic, isn't it? Now, I know I said earlier that the quality is not great, and that is true. The quality is not the best, especially when you compare it to its competitors, such as the Audis, the BMWs, the Mercedes, and even the Japanese, like the Lexus, are so much better. But it's not too bad. You get a nice fake leather steering wheel. The materials on the sides, it's not really soft touch, but it's okay. You got this fake wood over here, which looks nice to the eye. And everywhere you look and touch, it does feel all right. You've got a nice leather or fake leather armrest with a beautiful stitching, which is obviously not man-made. I'm not going to discuss the infotainment system because we did speak about this last night, but underneath the infotainment system, you got 2 wireless phone chargers nicely set up. You have a little bit of storage over here, which with a cover that closes, it slides nicely. It's very, very deep. You got 2 cup holders, and inside the armrest, you got further storage that goes quite deep in. You do have further storage in the doors. You open it by pressing that button there, and it's all right. The glove box is also not too bad. To open the glove box, you simply press on this car icon over here. Everything pops up, press glove box, and it pops open. And it's not too bad either. Right, now with my contraption on my head, point of view drive, you can see where I'm going, you can see what I see. So let's take this car for a little drive and see what it's like. Now I just want to show you something. I hope this comes up in this camera here. This whole system on the infotainment system is absolutely brilliant, because what we have outside are a bunch of parking spaces, and it's actually picked it up on the camera. It's brilliant. And the reverse camera is also great. I'm not sure if I showed it to you last night, but here it is. It's absolutely brilliant. It's got a complete 3D surround. Now, the model we have today is the Model 3 Performance. It has a claimed range, according to Tesla, of about 275 miles. And like I said last night, you'll be lucky in the winter if you get 190 miles out of it. It cost around £54,000, although you cannot buy this model anymore because in a month or 2 they're coming out with a new one. And make sure you're subscribed because I'm definitely going to take that one out for a drive. It's got a 75 or 78, it's a little bit confusing, kilowatt hour battery. Got a top speed of about something ridiculous, 167 miles an hour, 0 to 60 time of 3.4 seconds. And talking about the 0 to 60, in a moment, this road, the speed limit on this road changes to 60 miles per hour. So we're gonna actually test the performance. Now it's currently in chill mode, the acceleration that is in chill mode. The steering mode is in comfort. And as soon as the speed changes to 60, we're gonna launch this monster. And I could tell you it's a bloody monster, this. Absolutely ferocious. I'll show you in a minute. Right, we're still at 30. Watch your speed, Charlie, watch your speed. It's something else. You get carried away sometimes because the speedometer is not in front of you. It's not in direct in your eye line. Does that make sense? I hope so. you keep on, you find yourself keep on looking to the screen. Right over here is where the speed changes up to 60, and you'll see that over there pop to 60. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll find a straight path where it's sort of safe to do it, to make sure there's no cars coming towards me. We want to do this where there are no bends. And a little bit further up, let's speed up a little bit. Yeah, it's a very fast car. This is in chill mode, yeah? Now, when you put it in chill mode, the acceleration is actually quite smooth. If you put your foot down, yes, it will pick up quite fast. But if you just go normally on it, like any other normal car, the acceleration and the pickup up to 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever speed it is you want to do, is actually relatively smooth. Okay, I think it's after this bend. Let's have a look. Right, I think that's long enough. Yeah, this is definitely long enough. In case you don't believe me, check this out. Sport, steering and sport. Although the steering you don't have to put in sport, but we'll do that anyway. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh my days! Oh my days! This is a monster. This is ferocious. You stop concentrating for 1 second and you're off the road. The speed, the acceleration, the way it goes off from 0 to 60, there was no wheel spin. It just shot off the line like a bullet. This is a rocket ship, this car. You know, a lot of people compare this to the BMW M3 or the Mercedes AMG, the C-Class, the CA AMG, whatever it is, and all of those kind of cars. But I think this car is a complete different class, and I'll tell you why. The price for this car, brand new, is around £54,000. BMW M3, £76,000. Horsepower, on this car it's roughly 527, I think it is. BMW M3, 504. Top speed, this car, 167. BMW M3, 155. 0 to 60 time in this car takes 3.3 seconds. BMW M4, 3.4 seconds. I mean, this car beats the BMW in every category. In every single category. Let's go down this road here. And I also like when you put the indicator on, it brings up your blind spot on the screen over here. Absolutely fantastic. Right, on this road, I know this road, the speed goes down to 30 for a short while and then it goes back up to 60. So it's still at 60. Oh my days! This car is so fast. It's just unreal. I cannot put it into words. You know, I said at the beginning that I called this video 5 reasons why you shouldn't buy this car. But there are loads of reasons, even more reasons. In fact, the positives outweigh the negatives on this car. It is such an amazing car. It puts the M3 to shame. So if you put this on a drag race with an M3 BMW, this will beat it. It'll beat it off the line. It'll beat it in a quarter mile. It'll beat it in a half mile. And last night I forgot what the 5th reason was, and I just remembered now. I have my notes with me as well, so it sort of helps. What I wanted to say last night, and I'm sort of changing my mind on it, and that is the seats, the comfort, and the ride. Okay, the speed's gone back up to 60. I'm going to try and talk whilst we're taking on this road over here. When you first get in this car, the seats can feel a little bit cramped. I mean, if you are a transgender man or a man that was thinking about becoming a woman, this car might actually help you make that decision, because your balls and your, down there area does get a little bit squashed. So you might want to, this might help you make that decision. I wouldn't recommend it. Jokes aside though, the seats can be a little bit cramped, and when I got into the Tesla Model Y the other day, I felt very uncomfortable in it, and it's got the same kind of seats. However, this one, for some reason, the seats are much softer. Could be because they've been worn into it. I think this car was registered in March, and we're at the end of December, beginning of January of 24 now. So it could be that's why. The seats are not too comfortable. The seats are not quite comfortable. They're soft, plush. They're not too bad. and the speed drops to 30. So what we want to do is we actually want to turn around and keep on the 60 mile an hour. So I'm going to find a safe spot to turn around. It's actually very difficult to concentrate, to talk, record. Look at that camera. Remember, keep your head this height because you want everything in the point of view one. Shit, did I press the record button? Yeah, so what I was saying was it's actually very difficult to concentrate. And now I forgot what oh right, the riding comfort. Another thing was that Tesla Model Y that I took out, it felt very choppy on the road. And I honestly thought that this Tesla Model 3 would be the same. I'm just going to turn around over here. I honestly thought it would be the same. Now, it is a little bit choppy, but not much more than other cars in this class. And the BMW M3 is definitely more uncomfortable than this car. I mean, this car is not only a sporty car, a fast car, a quick car, economical car as well, but it can also be a civilized car. It's comfortable. And no, it's not that choppy. It's a little bit choppy, but not much more than other cars in this class. Okay, obviously things like the Lexus, the Mercedes C-Class is a little bit smoother. I'm just trying to think of the Lexus, which one is an equivalent to this that I've driven. The RZ 300, 350, I think it's called the RZ. I've done a review on that. I'll post it up here. You can watch it. It's actually a fantastic car, but that's not really this class. I did take out the UX from Lexus. The review is coming out very shortly. The speed's back up to 60. That car is so much smoother than this. So much smoother. And also even the cheap cars like the Fiat 500 electric, which I've done a review on, it's also on the channel. That was fantastically smooth. And it was quick. A very rapid car, very nippy. It's unbelievable. But back to this car, yeah, so that was my number 5 on the list. The ride, the seats and the ride and comfort, and to be fair, it's not all that bad. I mean, I know this road over here, it's a little bit bumpy, it gets a little bit choppy. Oh my God, when you put your foot down, well, hold on one second, I think we got a very big, oh my days, did you see that? Love to have a little bit of fun. Anyway, this road gets a little bit choppy. Oh yeah, as you can see. We want the wipers to slow down, they probably will. Everything's automatic in this car. And to access your speed of the wipers, you got to go into your infotainment system, which is fine. But I do have to apologize to Tesla because, yeah, the last video that I made on the Tesla Model Y was not a very good, I mean, I think the review was quite good, but my conclusion was too quick to judge. It was a first impression. And yes, the first time, to excuse myself a little bit, the first time you get into a Tesla, it is strange. It needs time to get used to not having the buttons and the whole different way of driving. I mean, the battery, the ferocious speed, the way it picks up. But you got to get used to the whole thing of controlling everything from the infotainment system. But once you get used to it, it's a fantastic car. It is bloody fantastic, and I'll highly recommend it. And on that note, I'm going to end the video. Now watch this video, I think it's over here somewhere, or maybe over here, where I go and collect this 1994 Escort, Ford Escort that is, from Nottingham and schlep it back to London. It's a funny and entertaining video. Go watch it. Thank you for watching and have a great day.